All right, welcome all YouTube preppers. It's Prepping Outside the Box. I'm Josh, and like I said yesterday, we are going to get into a little bit of comms on the mobile and the foot patrols side of it. If you would, before you start this, go ahead and hit that like button, just like I guess if you want to, but hit that like button, share the video, help us kind of reach out to more of an audience, share the wealth of knowledge between everybody that should be jumping in the comment section. But anyways, let's touch into this. First things first, your comms plan will go to shit. That's plain and simple. Most things are going to fail in plans. Murphy always gets his. Comms is usually the first to go. But that's why we have things in place, so we can try to maneuver around these things so it doesn't completely stop us in whatever we are doing. So, let's get into, do you have a PACE plan? And you say, what is a PACE plan? Some know what a PACE plan is, but I'm just saying, do you have a PACE plan? Do you have a primary, an alternate, a contingent, and an emergency line of communication with your team, your group, your family? In that, it's also going to be dictated, obviously, by your team as you guys discuss how you will be doing this. But a big factor of it, too, is it's going to depend on the situation. Prior to or during, a year into it, it's going to be an evolving plan that you're going to have to keep revisiting, depending on what area of SHTF you're in. Let's just say, for giggles, you're at the very beginning of it. You're making this plan as if nothing is wrong. It's today, well, there's things wrong, but you know what I mean. It's today. So maybe your primary is, your phone, a text message or something like that. I don't know what it is, but just as an example, your secondary might be Skype or something, or an email. And I know that's probably going to fail pretty fast, but that's why you have such a large one and you have different plans for leading up to different situations. Obviously, there's radio communication and there's no comms plans and things like that. There's all these other things to be considered. But as a group, sit down and get your PACE plan together. All four of those things, so you know what to do when one does crap out. All right, so let's do that. We just briefly mentioned it, a no comms plan, right? Now, for a no comms plan, it's going to be different, obviously, for foot patrol, foot mobile, or actual motorcade operations, or whatever you want to call it, mobile. So, a no comms plan for you driving might be flashing the lights at the vehicle in front of you and everybody relaying the message, something to tell you that it's down, right? For on foot, it might be a smoke. It might be just hand and arm signals. I mean, that actually might be part of your PACE plan, is hand and arm signals. But there's going to be different things you got to consider. What are you going to do when there is no communication? When you're satellite patrol out there, you're going through an urban environment, and you have lost contact with your team or the adjacent side of your team. What are you going to do? So come up again. And there's a whole bunch of ways to skin a cat, so it's going to be something you need to decide as your group, right? But have a no comms plan, and it will change, like I said, between your mobile and your foot patrols, right? So have one for both. It should be it's not necessarily part of your PACE plan. It is if your PACE plan completely goes out, right? So it's separate from it before you get into that. Next. Not many people are going to have some crazy crypto radios and things like that. I don't believe a lot of people do. I guarantee some will, but when you don't, because you probably don't, you're going to be heard. You're going to be heard on something. There's things called frequency scanners and things like that. So I would say for me, if I'm going to be sitting around and rummaging through the woods or anything like that, I'm probably going to be on some kind of a frequency scanner, hopping through all those, trying to figure out if someone's around me, if someone's communicating, if someone's all of a sudden saying, hey, we've got a family moving through here. Now all of a sudden I can redirect my family because they're most likely talking about me, right? It's going to have a distance on it and things like that. So be cognizant that what you do on the radio. And I'm actually going to do a follow-up class on radio etiquette and things like that and operational security. But just keep in mind that your radio traffic is most likely compromised the entire time. If you're using handhelds and things like that. I'm talking about among other people, not necessarily your cell phone. I can't hear your call, but for radios. There's really the main three things that I wanted to touch on. It's a super fast video, but I wanted to get something out there. Like I said, I'm not going to be touching on how to use different platforms. That's something you got to study and research depending on what you want yourself and what best suits your team or your family, friends, all that. But just a quick recap. Your plan's going to go to shit. You have a PACE plan for that reason, right? And if that entire PACE plan goes down, you have a no comms plan. And it's different for, like I said, mobile and foot. So remember all that. Remember, you're most likely going to be heard. Frequency scanners. It's a very quick video right now, but keep all that in mind. Write it down and go plan it out sooner than later. Because like we said in the last video, everything can go to crap, pretty dang fast overnight. You know what I mean? So get back into that. And this is Prepping Outside the Box. I'm Josh, and I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe later tonight. I don't know. Might feel a little froggy and do another video. We'll see.